Yeah, I want to give you the deal. What's behind the motivation behind the Univision breaking of the contract with Donald Trump over the Miss America pageant, and how Donald Trump is probably going to win this lawsuit anyway. But I'm going to tell you what's actually behind all of this stuff is really it's all political. It's all political to the max. It has nothing to do with what Trump said or anything like that. Even though communist bitch network news CNN is telling you and putting a slant on that the way and they present things on their channel, because I'm not going to actually put anything on from CNN or any of those ABC or NBC or any of those, or including Fox. But I'm going to give you the straight scoop on it. Now, Donald Trump, I don't know, they use this word conservative. Here you got him speaking in front of the CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference. But, it's not like he's really a conservative of the same ilk as, say, Jeb Bush. That's a joke, if you ever recall that. I don't even know what the hell that word means. Because it's all talk, and that's exactly what he says. These politicians are all talk. They don't freaking actually put any action out there. They don't bring anything to the table. And when they get in office, they're basically, well, a lot of people are just career politicians to the max. But anyway, so Univision says, oh, we're going to drop the Miss America pageant, and, Donald Trump's going to sue him for $500 million. Fine. And he'll probably win. So I don't know, maybe Univision's backing off on that, but I'll tell you, the deal is behind this. Univision is actually owned by Madison Dearborn Partners, LLC, and Providence Equity Partners, Inc. The CEO, Jonathan Nelson, is a very, very close to Hillary Clinton and helped Barack Obama in 2008 and also 2012. So he wants very much to see Hillary Clinton. I don't know anything about those emails in Benghazi and whatever else, and I get, here's a lady that just gets $500,000 to talk. I'd like to get $500,000 to talk. That'd be nice. So basically, it's like they're politically at odds with Trump. So the whole damn thing is just, well, I guess they screwed up because I think Trump is going to win this lawsuit to the max. But when he's dealing with this kind of stuff, I realize the so-called liberals, which I am basically like a liberal in a lot of ways, because I do piss off the religious right many, many times. I really can't console myself a religious right conservative. But then I'm definitely not in the camp of Hillary Clinton. I'm like a common sense person, If you want to be religious, fine. You want to be liberal, fine, whatever. Actually, I think anybody do their own thing. But, actually, Barack Obama has put us into the ditch, put us into the trash heap. And what's going on is you got TPG Capital Limited Partners and Thomas H. Lee Partners Limited Partners and Saban, I think it's Saban Capital Group, Ham Saban, he's the head of that. He says he's willing to spend whatever it takes to put Hillary Clinton in the White House. So that whole thing with Univision and that whole big stink about what Univision said and taking comments that Trump made out of context is to basically, it's all political. It's all political. And what moving America forward is? Moving America forward and blending it and destroying it to put it into the global government. Now, Trump, if he wants to actually pull out statistics on, the number of people that came in from Mexico that broke the law, and which he was referring to, he says what was going on is instead of the United States taking people in from Mexico that, are willing to do something here good, they're just basically taking in anybody, without any kind of screening. That was basically his major beef, which is, true. And all you have to do is look at the statistics to see what's going on. But anyway, with Barack Obama supporting basically Iran on an Iranian nuclear deal, I could say one thing. He really is somebody that's really sending this nation down the wrong path. That's for sure. We're moving forward, but we're not moving forward in a direction that's good. And it's not just with the Iranian deal, but it's with any deal we make with any nation. And Mexico actually have the least beef with, I'd say, with nations such as China, where we're getting the raw end on trade negotiations every freaking time. I mean, Mexico is like very close by. I'm not going to really harp on that too much, but I just want to defend Trump on what his comments were, because it really, it's true that there's good elements and bad elements coming from Mexico, and we don't screen out the bad elements. And it's just like carte blanche. Anybody that comes over here, it's fine. That's basically what the Barack Obama policy is. But you got to remember that the ones that are pulling the, the trying to stop the showing of the they're saying they're not going to have it on their network. Univision's not going to have Miss America pageant that Trump hosts on their network. They're basically people that are big time supporters of Hillary Clinton and Obama. They always have been. And like I said, Ham, Haim, Ham, I don't know how to say his name exactly, Haim or Ham or whatever, Saban of the Saban Capital Group, says he's willing to spend whatever it takes to put Hillary Clinton in the White House. Basically, the Univision is owned by Madison Dearborn Partners, Providence Equity Partners, and the CEO is Jonathan Nelson, very, very close to Hillary Clinton. And he helped bankroll Barack Obama in 2008, 2012. So, what the hell can I tell you, man? It's all political. On the surface, it looks like one thing, but when you dig down, it's really all political. And when I'm looking at the policies of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, they're definitely not on the side of the United States. Now, I think one thing that's going to change, though, if Hillary Clinton did get in, we'd probably be bombing freaking Iran. That's about the only damn thing I could say good about her, because Iran is basically still building nuclear weapons. I don't give a damn what anybody tries to argue about that. I mean, they got enough freaking natural gas to last them 100 years. They don't need nuclear power. They don't have uranium. I mean, that's about the only good thing I could say about her. But she's going to have some serious draconian policies, and she's about as narcissistic in one way and unfeeling to the average American as you could possibly get. Just the type of people Wall Street loves, you know what I mean? Just the type of people Wall Street loves, So she's got a lot of backing right there. But this whole thing with Univision and Trump, it's the whole thing that came out from Univision, it was purely political. Now, the one thing I see a danger, I'm going to have to spill the beans here right now, I see a danger is with Trump. You're dealing with some really crazy freaking power up there when you're trying to buck the New World Order system. One thing that could possibly happen is, you never know, brain cancer. You know what I mean? You know how they freaking all of a sudden somebody has a disease? I knew they could do this stuff back from decades ago. If they want to eliminate a politician that is in the way of policy, that of the people that are really directing policy, they got ways to do it. But then again, I look at some device like Spooky 2. Trump probably doesn't even know about it because it's so inexpensive. He probably would think it wouldn't work for that kind of price. He could probably protect himself somewhat from some kind of crazy attempts on his life with cancerous agents. Because I could tell you, I'm going to go on here in a sidetrack, but even Lee Harvey Oswald, the one that, allegedly killed Kennedy, well, I'll say allegedly, I know he didn't. He was actually a staunch supporter of U.S. government and everything. He wasn't somebody that was a communist. That was all a ruse to get him in with Castro, so they were going to try to attempt to kill Castro by cancer injection, or give him cancer in such a way to assassinate him where it didn't look like an assassination. Well, since that didn't work out, and the policy looked like it was all going to be exposed, and the Bay of Pigs didn't work out the way they wanted to, they got rid of Kennedy. But to tie up all the loose ends on the cancer assassination program, they got rid of Lee Harvey Oswald, and they also got rid of Jack Ruby in prison by giving him a vaccination, and he died of cancer within 28 days after that vaccination, and they also gave him a 30-minute x-ray. So, these are the things where I think Trump's got to really watch his ass. That's the kind of shit he's going to have to watch his ass on. But then again, there's other technology out there, such as Spooky 2, that might be able to protect you from it. So, That's an interesting concept too in itself. I don't know if it will, but when when you're dealing with major powers that the way we are, um, you got to really, really go down a rabbit hole and realize just how deep of a conspiracy it really is, and how they can go after somebody, because that's going to be the problem for him. They will try to kill this guy in some strange way, just like they killed what is his name, Matt Simmons, who talked about BP. Remember that? He was also a member of the Council on Foreign Relations. He was dropping all these dimes on the BP. And what happened to him? He died of a heart attack in his hot tub, right? Hey, they could do it, man. They could do it. But if he's got to watch. He's got to have to watch not just for lawsuits, but other things on his health, because these yo-yos. But they could pull the plug on old bitch here too. But they won't. They won't, because she's going to do their bidding, no matter what. And I don't know about Barack Obama, but I'll tell you something else. I think I'm smelling that. You never know. They might pull the plug on him and use him as. I don't know if this will happen though, but it's kind of hard to say. But after all the ruckus about the Confederate flag and everything, I think that. They're using this guy's whole thing is to create some kind of division in this country, and not unification. If something happened to Barack Obama, and it was another one of those deals where it was tied to the Confederate flag or something like that, I'll tell you what, that would give them a big impetus to crack down. But these are the kind of things that are really going on. There's loads of freaking false flags out there, left and right. They're real things that are happening, but they're pre-planned, and they'll do anything they can to freaking get the public to bite and move the public's opinion. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I just want to reiterate. I went on a tangent on this video here, and I said a couple other things beyond what the video was actually about, because I want you to realize, this kid does know. I can go on hours about this shit. And I can demonstrate in detail people that have been in the military that have proven that these types of weapons where they can give people heart attacks and cancer do exist, and they have existed for decades. It's not bullshit, all right? But I just want to put to you that, it's not going to be so simple as just to back Trump. It's not going to be that damn simple. But right now, he's definitely the best candidate going. There's no doubt about it. And I just want to point out the attacks where Univision says they're not going to host the Miss America pageant, the Trump Miss America pageant. Those are political attacks completely, 110%. The people that own Univision, or the entities that own Univision, are owned by people that are big-time supporters of Hillary Clinton. They want her in office, and are big-time supporters of Barack Obama in 2008 and 2012. So that tells you a lot of what's really why Univision came out the way they did and said what they did. And you're not going to get that information from CNN or Fox or ABC or NBC. You're going to get it from me.